issues. Today we want to tackle the recession, the big recession that's looming over Nigeria and might hit the rest of Africa. So what we want to understand is what causes recession, what are some of the signs that we're in a recession, and more importantly, what can we do to come out of this recession? So join us while we break it down. So a recession, as defined by the economists, is 2 consecutive falls in GDP in 2 quarters. GDP is made up of 4 main components: consumption, investment, government spending, and net import-exports. Now, consumption makes up about 70% of GDP in most countries. So any change, negative or positive, to consumption will have a large impact on our GDP. So let's see what the people in the streets have to say.
The recession started with the dependency on oil. It's just, that's all Nigeria knows is the oil, so I think that's what started the recession.
Recession means increase in price, that's how we see it. So you go to the market, things that will ordinarily cost you 1,000 naira, they're costing you 2,005, in some cases 2,000 naira. So it means that your prices have to increase, or then you have to balance it in some way.
Recession was caused by the way the money generated in this country was utilized in buying private jets, and by private I mean private for personal use. The last administration also had a huge effect on the dwindling of the economy.
And there is kind of like a downturn in the oil industry, and that alone is enough to set back the country in terms of like funding and all that. And obviously I'm aware, like in terms of trade has been low, so I know foreign exchange has been low. So I think it's just like a network of bad things. Exactly.
Nigeria, for me, is a dollar-driven economy, and if dollar is scarce, you need more naira to be able to acquire dollars. So if it is for a scarce dollar economy, you need more naira to do it.
There were so many pitfalls in our economic system. There were so many things we needed to have rectified that were probably not acknowledged or seen as very important, because there's so many things that we take for granted in our economy. So I feel like it got to a point that we figured out that, you know what, can't do it anymore. We're just going to go down the drain and just be terrible.
Prices of goods and services have generally risen in Nigeria. In fact, inflation stands at 17% at the moment. So what has caused this price inflation? Well, a lot of the businesses depend on foreign exchange to import raw materials and finished goods that they now sell on to us. Seeing as the exchange rates, the naira has devalued against the dollar, which is the main denominator, the prices that they are charging customers have to reflect this change. And so prices go up, and what happens when prices go up is that the demand for the goods is reduced. This in turn causes a reduction in consumption and therefore a reduction in our GDP. Another thing worth noting is that the price of petrol rose recently. Now, why does this matter? Well, seeing as the price of petrol rose, cost of transportation of people and goods and services increased in the country. This means that this is an additional cost to businesses and less money in the pockets of people to buy these goods. Therefore, they spend less.
Well, basically, if you look at what's happening today, you can see that the recession is actually costing a lot. People are depressed. Some time ago, I heard people committing suicide and all manner of things in this country right now. I mean, if you look at the faces of Nigerians, you hardly can see anybody smiling. We are actually peace-loving and fun-loving people. But as I speak to you right now, I think those days are gone. And that is what recession has caused.
Government revenues are also tied to the same fuel stuff that we're talking about. So government get most of their 70% of their revenues from the exportation of crude oil. As we know, the prices of crude oil have come down, So the government revenues have reduced. What this means is that the money that government have to spend on projects to improve the economy is very minimal.
I was talking to somebody about this thing. You see, for other countries, when they go into a recession, they make plans of coming out. Now, I don't know our plans, Nigeria's plans, the leadership plans of coming out of this recession, but I think we should channel it into purchasing local stuff. Let us grow our own things. Let us do our own agriculture. Let us buy our own products instead of importing or whatever. It will start by us encouraging our locally made Four Sisters grill rather than getting someone from abroad to buy your stuff. You know, let's empower ourselves here to do what we need to do.
As long as there's a recession, Nigerians will keep being innovative.
What can we do to help ourselves out of the situation? One, as an individual, you need to remain positive. Lower consumer confidence really has an effect on prolonging a recession, believe it or not. Two, as a business, you need to make sure that you're doing things that really add value to the customer. So when they come through your doors, they are encouraged to spend the money that they came to spend. As a nation, we really do need to reduce our over-reliance on imports for raw materials, for finished goods and all sorts. Government really need to encourage or find incentives to encourage businesses to produce locally. Today as we break down recession. I hope you learned something fun. We're here today at the BMW at 100 event where we're looking at businesses in action. So join us next time as we break down more pertinent issues for the economy. In the meantime, you can reach us on our social media platforms. Take care of yourselves and we'll keep making sense of the economy. Till next time, bye.